Hello, welcome back. So till now, all the examples were related to the analytical aspect, and in those problem, we were determining the strength of member and also the net effective area. So that is related to the analytical aspect. So in this part, now we will, I will be taking an example like how we can design a tension member. So we will see that process. So this is the problem, and in the problem it is being said that select a suitable angle section to carry a factored tensile force of 290 kilonewton, assuming a single row of M24 bolts and assuming design strength as Fy. So all these values are given. It says that we have to select a suitable angle which can carry this much force. So the data which is given here is the factored tensile force. Generally we express this as Tu, and the dia of bolt is given here, which is 24 mm. So for this dia of hole will be 24 plus 2, which is 26 mm. So this will be the dia of hole in this case, and Fy value is given, and for the same Fu value will be 410 Newton per mm square. So before, this is the problem of designing. So before designing this problem, we will review the design steps that are being involved in the problem. So the design steps that we have seen in the previous lecture also. So in this first step is about finding the net area, which we can find out using this relation, or alternatively, we can find out the gross cross-sectional area. So either we find a net area with this formula and then increase the same area by 25% to 40% to accommodate the bolt hole, or what we can do is we can use this formula directly to get the gross cross-sectional area. So in that we don't increase this area. We increase area only if we are required to find out AN. But generally in the design problem, we directly find out AG, and then what we do is we select a suitable trial section from the steel table, which is IS 808. I have already explained this in the exam, in one of the example, and based on the area required in this case, we select a suitable section. So the suitable section may have area around the value of AG or more than this. Then in the next step, we try to find out the number of bolts or the length of welding as per the case. But in our case, we have to find out the number of bolts required to carry the required force, and then they are arranged in a suitable pattern. Well, in our case, it is being mentioned that they are arranged in a single row, which means bolt will be arranged like this. Okay. And then we find out the net area, and then design strength of the section is being evaluated. So then we find out the design strength of the trial section, like TD and TDG and block shear strength. So we will find out the we will find out the strength of section in terms of yielding, in terms of rupture, in terms of block shear, and whichever strength will be lower will be the design strength of the trial section. And then that design strength they will compare with the factor tensile force which is required to be transmitted. So the factor tensile force is already given in the question, which is 290 in our case, and we will have strength if more than 290, then it is fine. Otherwise we have to choose another section, or we have to repeat the design. So it says if the design strength is either small or too large compared to the design force, a new trial section is chosen, which means we have to repeat the step until we get the satisfactory result. So now starting the problem, yes, fifth step is checking the slenderness ratio. If the data is given, if there is a possibility to check the slenderness ratio, we check that. But that depends on the availability of the data. So now we will start our solution. So in the first step, we are required to find out the approximate required area. So we will use the second step directly, and we will use this formula. So in this formula, Tu is the factored tension force, Fy is the yield strength, and gamma m naught is the partial safety factor on the strength. So Tu is the factor tensile force. It is already given in the 290 kilonewton. Well, this Ag will be in mm square. So because of that, we have to convert Tu value in Newton, because Fy value is also in Newton per mm square. So to get the value of Ag, we will find out, we will convert all the values in Newton and mm, and then we will find out the value of Ag. So after calculation, value of Ag is 1276 mm square, or if we convert this value in centimeter square, we can write this as 1276 by 10 raised to the power 2 centimeter square, which becomes 12.76 centimeter square. So now we have found the gross cross-sectional area required to carry this much force. So now we will choose the section from the IS code or the steel table. So I will show you how we can choose that. So this is the steel table, which is IS code IS 808. So assuming that we are using the equal angle section, and now we will find out the, we will choose the section. So there you can see in the first column, the designation of column like 20 by 20 by 3, which means 20 by 20 will be the leg length and 3 will be the thickness. So in the second column, it shows the mass of the angle, and in the third column, it shows the sectional area, which is A. So that is our concern. So in our case, like the required area is 12.76. So now you can see that these angle section 20 by 20 or 25 or 40 by 45, you can see their sectional area is 5, maximum sectional area is 5, but our required area is 12.76. So we have to choose that section which will have sectional area around 12.76. So we will go down further, and there we see some angle section with higher dimension, like you can see in case of 80 by 80 by 6 or 8 or by 10 by 12. So here you can see we have a different sectional area, like for 80 by 80 by 8 mm thickness, you can see the sectional area is 12.2, but our required area is 12.76. So we cannot choose this. Now go to the next section, which is 90 by 90 by 8. In this case, you can see that the sectional area is 13.8. Well, it is quite near to the 12.76 value. Well, we may choose another section also, like we can explore other section also, like 100 by 100 section or 110 by 110 section. But there you can see corresponding to these angle section, they are higher than 12.76. So we can't choose them. Similarly, other section also like 100 by 100, we can't choose them because they are either lower than the required, which is our 12.76, or very higher than the 12.76 value. So that is why the suitable angle section will be 90 by 90 by 8 mm, and corresponding to that, the sectional area is 13.8. So 13.8 centimeter square or 1380 mm square. So now we will choose that in the slide. We will go to there. So here now we are writing like choosing a 90 by 90 by 8 angle section, and for that the gross cross sectional area is 1380, which is quite higher than this, which we consider that on the as the safer side, but we will not be able to be sure until we check the strength of this section. So now we will check the strength of this section. So strength of this section can be checked under 3 aspects. One is under the yielding, under the second is under the rupture, and the third one is under the block shear. So first we will see the strength governed by the yielding. So for the yielding, uh, this is the formula that we generally use to find out the yield strength of the section. So TDG is equals to Fy into Ag upon gamma m nodes. Well, this Ag is the gross cross-sectional area of the section. So now we have chosen this section. So its gross cross-sectional area is 1380. So in this case, Ag will be 1380. Now, putting all the values, we get the value of TDG as 313.64. Then the next aspect to find out the strength of section is the rupture. Then we will find out the rupture strength of the plate, I mean the angle section. So in this case, the rupture strength is calculated by this formula. We have already seen this formula in other example also. So in this case, we will find out the rupture strength. So for calculating rupture strength, we are required to find out ANC, which is the net effective area of the connected leg. Well, considering that this is our angle section, so we are considering that it is connected with this leg only, with one leg only, like this. With the plate, we can say that this is connected by the one leg. The other leg is outstanding leg. So in that case, we are required to find out ANC for this and AGO for this. So that is why this formula we are following. Similarly, we are also required to find out beta value. So we will calculate them one by one. So first we will find out the ANC. So in this ANC, you can see ANC is the net, net effective area of the connected part. So like considering that this is the connecting length, which is 90 mm. So in that case, how do we find out the ANC? Well, this is the dia of hole. So this dia of hole, because we are using M24 bolt, which means 24 is the dia of bolt, and hole for this dia will be 24 plus 2, which will be 26 mm. So this will be the dia of hole. Okay. So in this case, you can see ANC 90 minus half of the thickness minus the dia of hole. So now hole multiplied by the thickness, and we get the value of ANC. Similarly, we will get the value of AGO. I have already explained this in the other example also, so you can refer to that. So this is how we get the AGO value. Now, also at the same time, we have to find out the how many bolts are required to carry the, how many bolts are required to carry the force, like the design factored tension force will be 290. It is already given in the problem. So to support this much load, how many bolts are required? Well, we will write here number of bolts required. The formula for this is the factored tension force. Sorry, not tension force. It may be any load. I will write here factored load. Factored load, and in our case it is factored tension force. So factored load upon bolt value. Well, how do we find out this bolt value? I have already explained this in the lecture of bolted connection, so you can refer to that to find out this bolt value. Factored load, in our case it is factored tension force, so it is already given, which is 290. So I am writing directly the bolt value here, which is for M24 bolt, the value of bolt is 65.6. So now putting 290 by 65.6, we will get the number of bolts required to support this load. So now I am erasing this. and I will show you the direct value. So here you can see 290 is the factored load, 65.6 is the bolt value, and number of bolts is 4.42. Well, roughly we will call it 5 numbers. So to support this much load, at least 5 bolts is to be used to connect the, to support the load. So now we were talking about the rupture strength of the angle section. So for the rupture strength, we have seen the formula in the previous slide. And for that, we are calculating ANC, we are calculating AGO, we have calculated the number of bolts, and now we will find out the beta value. How do we find out the beta value? Also, as the number of bolts is calculated, we can find out the pitch value also. We know that we are using 24 dia bolt. So minimum pitch for this will be 2.5 times of D, which is 2.5 by 24, which is approximately, which is exactly the 60 mm. Okay, so that is why I'm saying providing 5 bolts at a pitch of 60 mm. Okay. So now we will find out the beta value. Well, why all of this we are doing? Because to find out the rupture strength. To find out the rupture strength, we are required to find out the pitch, the number of bolts, and the G value. Well, I will show you how we are required to find out here. So there you can see this W1. This W1 is the G value. This G value is called the edge distance. Edge distance is, as per IS code, it is 1.5 times of D naught. D naught is basically the dia of hole. So this will be 1.5 multiplied by dia of hole will be 26. You can see here, I have just calculated. So it becomes 39. So approximately we are taking 40 mm. So the edge distance, this one, this edge distance, this becomes 40 mm. So therefore this value, this W1 value will become 50. This value will become 50 mm because that is the remaining length. Okay. Why I am doing this? Because to get the value of beta, we are required to get the value of W, to get the value of BS, LC. Now to get the value of LC, we are required to find out the number of bolts. So now you can assume, you can understand why I have calculated number of bolts and the pitch, because if I show you like how our angle will be connected, the angle will be like this. And this will be the outstanding leg. It will look like this, and our bolts will look like this. Okay, and center to center of first bolt and the last bolt, it will be 60 multiplied by 1, 2, 3, 4. And this distance, this is the pitch distance. So these pitch value, these value will be 60, 60, 60, 60. Okay. And also at the same time, this edge distance is measured from the center of the outer bolt to this line, this end line. So this will be edge distance, which I have just assumed as 40 mm. So this will be 40 mm. Okay. So now we know what is the value of W. W is from the center of this. Generally this W is up to this. So 90, W value will be 90 minus 8 by 2, which becomes 86. Similarly, T value we already know. Now what will be the BS value? BS value will be, there you can see W plus G. W is, we have already taken as 86 plus G value. G value will be 50. So again, uh, 50 value, I mean, we have to deduct this because half we are taking from this side and half also we are taking from this side. So if 50 value is up to the edge, so in the 50 we have to deduct half of the thickness, which becomes 46. So this becomes 86 plus 46 will be 132. So BS value will be 132 mm. So BS value, you can see W plus G minus T. So half thickness I have deducted from this side and half thickness I have deducted from the G value. You can see here, I can write here W minus T by 2 plus G minus T by 2. So this is what I have done. If I am considering W as the whole length, it will be 90. So 90 minus 4, it becomes 86. Similarly, G minus T by 2. So G is 50. So T by 2 is the 46. This is how we calculate. LC is this value, which is the length between first bolt to the last bolt, center to center distance. So 60 by, so this becomes 240 mm. So all these value will be put down in this formula. So you can see this becomes 132. I have just explained how we have find out this 132 value. All other value is there. This 90, this will be 90 minus T by 2 actually. So after calculating this, beta value is 1.113, which is less than 1.44 and also greater than 0.7, which is okay. So after putting this value in the TDN formula, you can see here. So TDN formula is 0.9 FU into ANC. ANC is, sorry, here the value will be 480. You can see here ANC. I'm again showing you the formula of the TDN. So there, this is the formula 0.9 into 410 into 480 divided by gamma M1 is 1.25. Similarly, beta, then AGO. AGO is the gross cross-sectional area, and Fy and gamma M naught. So all the values are being there. So I will put all the values here. So 512 is wrong. This will be 480. So after putting all the values, we get the TDN as 315. So that is the strength of angle section in rupture criteria. Now we will find out the strength in case of block shear. So in block shear, I have already assumed that the end or edge distance as 40 mm. So in this case, we know we are required to find out AVG, AVN, ATN and ATG. So again, I'm making the same diagram that I have made in the previous part. Like if this is our angle section and this is the this is the outstanding part. So in this case, if the bolts are like this, 5 bolts we are providing. So in the block shear, the section will be this one. So this will be section 1, 2, and this will be 2, 3. So force will be like this. Okay. So along the line 1 to 2. So again, we have to find out these value. So we know these value. This is 40 and this is 60. These are the pitches actually. 60, 60, 60. Okay. And similarly, this value is the edge distance, which is 40. Okay. So now first we will find out the area along the line 1, 2. So that becomes AVG and AVN. So AVG is the gross cross-sectional area, which means if we don't consider these whole, then what will be the value gross cross-sectional area along line 1, 2. So you can see here 60 plus 60 plus 60 plus 60 plus 40. So this is the length of total line multiplied by the thickness of the angle. So this becomes 2240. Similarly, AVN is when we consider the whole. So then in that way, we are required to deduct those whole. So as you can see, the line 2, 3 and 1, 2 meets at the center of the last bolt. So that is why we consider only the half bolt, and that is why number of bolt hole becomes 4.5 multiplied by the dia of hole. So deducting that, we get the AVN as 1304. Similarly, we will get ATG. ATG is the gross cross-sectional area about 2, 3 along the line this 2, 3. So the distance 2, 3 is 40 mm. Okay. So this you can see 40 multiplied by 8. 8 is the thickness. So this is 320 mm square. Similarly, we will find out ATN. In the ATN, what we are doing is we have to deduct the half hole, because you can see the line 1, 2 is passing through the center of this bolt. So half bolt is along line 2, 3. So this half will be deducted. So this is how we find out these all 4 value. So now putting all these 4 value in the formula, we get TDB1, TDB2. So TDB1 is 357.68, TDB2 is 294 kilonewton. So least of these 2 value will give us the value of TDB, which means the strength in block shear. So the TDB value is 294. So now we have to find out the strength of angle. Strength of angle. So it will be the least of TDG, TDB and TDN. So TDG and TDN we have already calculated. TDB we have just calculated, which is 294. So now again we will see what is the value of TDN. TDN value is 315 and TDG value is 313. So 313 and 315, they are less than the TDB value. So the least value will be TDB, which is 294. So we can say that the strength of angle will be 294.97 kilonewton. And you can see the factored design tension as given in the question, it was around the 290 kilonewton. So you can see the strength of this chosen angle is more than the factored tension force. So I am showing you that here. So tension capacity of angle is 294, which is the least of TDB, TDG and TDN, and it is more than 290 kilonewton. So we can say that the angle which we have chosen from the steel table, it will be safe and it can carry the required tension force. So the next step is about the slenderness ratio, but we are not finding the slenderness ratio here because slenderness ratio is calculated as L by R. L is the length of tension member, R is the radius of gyration. Well, in the problem, the L value is not given. So we can say that because the data is not sufficient in the question, so we are not checking the slenderness ratio in this case. So this finish our this design problem. So we can say that angle section 90 by 90 by 8 will be safe to carry the factor tensile force. So I have used the numericals of this book to explain you. So all 5 questions I have taken from this book. Thank you.